After months of meditation, absorption of natural chakra, and rigorous physical exercises, Kashin Koji decided that Himawari was ready to face the next stage of her training, simulated combats. But these would not be ordinary fights. Each combat would be a test of perception, chakra control, strategy, and harmony with nature. For only by overcoming such challenges could she achieve the absolute balance of Sage Mode. The first combat began in a clearing on Mount Miyoboku, surrounded by ancient trees and crystal-clear streams. Koji assumed a firm stance, eyes fixed on her, while Himawari concentrated her chakra. "Remember, Himawari," said Koji, "it's not about winning by force, but about understanding and anticipating. Sage Mode requires absolute perception." In the next instant, Koji launched a series of rapid strikes, combining taijutsu and shadow clones. Himawari reacted instinctively, absorbing small amounts of natural chakra to increase her speed and reflexes. She dodged, spun through the air, and created small waves of energy that pushed Koji's shadow clones back. Demonstrating her first practical application of absorbed natural chakra, Koji then increased the intensity, combining fire jutsus with mud attacks from ancestral frogs he temporarily summoned. Himawari had to not only dodge but calculate the dispersion of natural chakra around her to create barriers, deflecting flames and mud simultaneously. It was at this moment that Koji taught the first advanced technique, Defensive Sage Wave, which condensed natural chakra into perfect circular patterns, capable of absorbing multiple attacks without losing energy. Himawari absorbed the lesson quickly and applied the technique, noticing that her body reacted almost automatically to the flow of nature. With each dodged attack, each perfect defense, she felt the fusion between her chakra and the environment deepen, every cell in her body vibrating in harmony with Mount Miyoboku. In the following combats, Koji introduced long-range attacks, jutsus simulating earthquakes and concentrated wind currents. Himawari had to develop Supreme Sage Perception, a technique that allowed her to anticipate the movements of multiple opponents simultaneously, integrating natural energy to increase reaction speed. Each failure was painful, and Koji never allowed her to relax. With every mistake, the young girl learned to control her chakra better, correct her posture, and most importantly, harmonize her thoughts with the natural flow around her. The peak of combat training took place in a scenario simulated by Koji, an ancient cave, full of stone pillars and concentrated natural energy. There he launched a combined attack of shadow clones, lava streams, and wind blasts, forcing Himawari to use everything she had learned. She had to create shields of natural chakra, manipulate her own energy clones, and still perform complex evasive maneuvers, spinning between pillars and dodging attacks that seemed to come from all directions at once during this combat. Himawari discovered a new instinctive technique, later called Divine Sage Circle, an ability that allows the concentration of natural chakra around her body into a protective field that blocks physical, energetic, and spiritual attacks simultaneously, increasing her perception and speed in direct proportion to the amount of absorbed chakra. Koji, impressed, simply smiled. "Finally, you have begun to understand the true Sage Mode. It's not just energy absorption. It's absolute control, anticipation, and fusion with nature." The combats continued for weeks, each day bringing more complex challenges. Koji combined surprise attacks, illusions, simulations of crowds of enemies, and even terrain manipulation with natural energy. Himawari had to create advanced mobility techniques, such as Ancestral Frog Leap, which used the combined impulse of natural and physical chakra to reach impossible heights, and Sage Lightning, concentrated natural energy projectiles capable of destroying obstacles with surgical precision. Additionally, Koji forced her to train in energy harmony, an active meditation technique that allowed simultaneous control of multiple chakra streams, balancing her internal chakra, the natural chakra of the environment, and the spiritual energy of nearby living beings. This practice was painful and required absolute concentration, but gradually Himawari mastered it, fully integrating her body and mind with the mountain's energy after months of combats. Koji realized that Himawari had reached a level close to perfect balance. To test her mastery, he performed the final attack, a combination of sage clones, natural energy storms, and terrain manipulation simulating a war on a massive scale. Himawari, now experienced, utilized all the techniques she had learned: Divine Sage Circle, Defensive Sage Wave, Supreme Sage Perception, Ancestral Frog Leap, and Sage Lightning, reacting with fluid and strategic movements, each action harmonious with the flow of nature. When the last clone was dispersed, Himawari remained firm without apparent exhaustion, her body radiating natural chakra in total balance. Koji finally spoke. "You have not only survived, Himawari. You have mastered everything I could teach. Now you are ready for the final step. Complete fusion with Mount Myoboku and awakening of perfect Sage mode." The combat training, with each technique, each failure, and each victory, had prepared Himawari to become the most powerful sage the world had ever known, ready to manifest her divine form. With white hair, radiant aura, and absolute power,